Hi there, it's Friday the 16th of October 2020. This is our last day looking at how to maintain and keep balance in our lives. Now here's a question for you to determine your age. Can you complete the following little ditty from an advert on the television? A Mars a day helps you. Yes, a Mars a day helps you work, rest and play. That was an advert, I think, from about the 1970s or somewhere around that time, although it did run for quite a while. And supposedly a Mars bar helped you to work and to rest and to play, to maintain that balance in life. And that's something we're just going to think about for a few moments today. You know, it's not easy to maintain that balance in the use of our time, is it? We have to work, we have to rest, and we have to play. And these three things are important for every person. And it's important to maintain the balance of these three things. If we do no work, then we become bored, we become restless, we become idle, we get into all kinds of mischief often and look at stuff on the internet which is not too good for us to look at or whatever, spend too much time on Facebook, etc., etc. It's not good for us not to work in some way. Even if you're retired, you need some kind of activity in your life. It keeps your heart healthy, it keeps your bones healthy, it keeps your mental health good. People with poor mental health often don't have meaningful activity in their life. So we have to work, that's important. But of course the balance is that we shouldn't overwork, because overworking is just as bad as underworking. And if we overwork, of course, we get ulcers, we get health problems, we get stress, we get high blood pressure. We find that our relationships with our family and friends begin to break down. It causes us not to sleep at nights, and all kinds of problems can come from overworking. So there's a balance within the work itself, not underworking, not overworking, but having some kind of work or meaningful activity, that's important. But as well as having some meaningful activity in life, we also need to work, we need to rest. We need rest, absolutely. Rest where we are not expending energy, rest where we are recovering our energy again. And that can be sleeping, it can be just sitting, relaxing, it can be watching the television, it can be playing a game on your phone, it can be reading a book, it can be listening to some music, listening to the radio. It can even be going a walk or a wander if there's a wood or somewhere near that you can go a walk in. That can be very restful, but doing something that is restful, that is not causing you to think, not causing you to have to work out problems or problem solve, but just to rest, just to switch off. And that's important. And again, it's important not to have too little of that, and it's important not to do that too much or you become lethargic and lazy. We have to work, we have to rest, and we have to play as well. Important to have recreation in our life. Doing something, some kind of hobby, some kind of activity, whether that's doing art or whether that's playing music or whether that's doing gardening or whether it's doing some kind of online course or whatever, or online gameplay or whatever it is, some kind of play, something that is fun, something that brings joy into our lives. And you might think, well, I don't know what to do. Well, find something, try something. There's so many things that you can do that will bring you some play, some fun. And again, once again, it's important to get the balance, not to do too little, in which case life becomes boring and staid and dull, and not to do too much, where life just becomes one big party and you become over-partied and it just becomes silly and you lose any meaning or purpose in life. So there is a balance in life, to have work, to have rest, and to have play. And you don't need to eat Mars bars to have that. You can simply arrange your life so that you can gain these things. What does the Bible say about that, about having that kind of balance in our lives between work and rest and play? Well, here's a passage that you've maybe not thought of in this context before, Psalm 23. Look at Psalm 23 with me. It says, of course, you know the words very well, I'm sure. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not be in want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul. There's the rest. He guides me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. And there's the work, walking, going somewhere, doing something, having meaningful activity in your life. And then finally, you prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. There's the fun. There's the play. Preparing a table in the presence of my enemies. Having friends, having company, relaxing together, sharing a meal together, so that my cup overflows with joy, with goodness, with love. So may God grant you the blessing of the balance of work, rest, and play.